Hello and welcome again. You can use built-in method getType on a variable to check its type. Let me show you few examples. Int or integer type, boolean, string, character type. You can use number with the decimal point, but it will always inferred as double by default, unless you explicitly tell the compiler to change it to another type. Let me show you. What if I want to change income to a decimal and hourly rate to a float? How do I do that? Well, to initialize income as a decimal data type, you need to add m as a suffix after this number. Similarly, for hourly rate, you need to add f as a suffix after this. Let's try again. There are more formatting codes that I'm going to discuss in future videos, so don't worry about that. You can also use mathematical expression. That might be confusing at first. What happens if I say this? The right side is being evaluated and then assigned to the variable on the left, meaning 3 plus 2 is 5, and 5 into 4 is 20, which will be assigned to this variable. You can also use variables in mathematical expression. Let me replace values with the variables. Code is fine. You can assign multiple variables with the same value using this syntax. Default value expressions are especially useful in combination with generic types, when you don't know in advance what the default value for the given type will be. Rather than providing a default value explicitly, you can initialize the variable with its default value using default value expression. Let's see an example. These variables have been initialized with the default value for whatever type you define in the brackets. So if you specify int, you get a 0, and if you specify a bool, you get a false. But if you specify a reference type like a string, for example, you're going to get a null. See the result here. Null value is printed as a blank line. C# 7.1 introduced new feature called default literal expression, which can be used instead of default value expression. Here, compiler determines the type by looking at the expression on the left side.